Welcome to the Bollettieri Tennis Academy. My name is Coach James and I'm here with Sherri today. We're going to take a look at her forehand, her backhand, and her serve. We're going to start by looking at the forehand ground stroke. How long have you been playing tennis, Sherri?
About 7 years.
7 years. Look, I'm going to point out something good I see right away. Good contact point. This is very well done. A couple of things I want to point out here at the beginning here is that the fact that you got your elbow away from your stomach, this is very, very, very important and very good. And you're making contact in front, somewhat in front of your front foot, and that's very well done. So I like to point out what I like to see there is making that good contact with the elbow away from the stomach, okay? And then going up on the ball, trying to finish with the palm out, okay? That's very good. Hitting the ball, low to high, pointing this racket tip up right there. This, you'll hear us talking about that, the racket tip going up, and then finishing with the palm out and the strings pointed out. Okay, this is well done. The thing I think you really need to work on, as I watched all your ground strokes, and it's very important, is the very large backswing. We teach here at the Academy a very short backswing. Right now, that's all you need to do. See where your racket is there? We want you to keep, and you're a lefty, we want you to keep the racket over here on the left-hand side of your body, okay? But what I noticed every time is the racket goes all the way back here. And this does not help you. You will not see the pros do this 99 times out of 100. Okay? It doesn't help you. I want you to always remember, the power comes from this moment in time. Right there to right there. The power comes from you to moving that racket fast. We call it accelerating. And shifting the weight, loading up on the back hip and transferring it to the front hip. Okay, that's where the power will come from. So we got to try to minimize. You'll hear us, the lock-in position right there. That's the lock-in position when the handle of that racket is pointed out at the ball. That's all you need to achieve. So I'm going to show you. A couple of different strokes. I'm going to show you a couple of different forehands really quickly here. I'm going to show you Andre. Now, if we watch Andre hit this particular ball, he's going to keep the racket. He's a right-handed player. He's going to keep the racket on the right-hand side of his body. On that camera angle, it's tough to see, but he kept it on the right. I'm going to show you another player here. If I watch, you see what? Federer is going to move all over my screen on me. I've got to find another video right here. Look at the racket. You're going to notice that that racket stays on this side of his body. Okay, this is very important. And watch that racket. It's going to stay. See it always now. It gets a little bit behind his body, a little bit, but it does not get. It never gets back here behind his back. Okay, so we've got to try to minimize that big backswing. See how he's got that elbow away from his stomach. See that? Just like you did, right? That's well done. One more thing I want to show you here, and I'm going to fire. This is Tommy Haas. Let me get you back on the screen. Tommy Haas is a right-handed tennis player. But my computer can do a special trick, and I'm going to flip him around and make him into a lefty, okay? He's a right-handed player, but you're a lefty, so we're going to make it the same. And now if we watch, Tommy's going to do the same thing. I got to get you back on the screen here. He's going to have a short backswing where he keeps that racket over. See? Okay, see that big racket going over here? He's going to keep his racket over here on this side, okay? And he's going to go and move all the way out. Again, elbow away from the stomach. Nice finish. Look at the nice finish. Last point I want to make, you'll hear us talking this week at the Academy, is a good wide base at the end. Feet are wide apart at the end of your shot, okay? I got to get your backhand up here on the screen. Aha! Did you see it? Come on. Sherri, you can tell me. What did you see? What did you see?
Behind me?
Yes! It's too big. It's too big. It takes more time for you to hit the ball. You don't need it. Okay, right there. See? It's too big. We got to minimize that. And it's good at your age to start working on minimizing that now. Look, this is good contact out in front. I think you hit it at the bottom of the frame. That's why the racket twisted in your hand. So you really got to concentrate on keeping your eye on that ball. Finishing with the palm out. And the what? It's pretty good wide base for you. Look. Back foot came around. It's well done. Got to try to minimize that backswing and make sure you hit it right in the middle. Let's put a pro up here for you. My favorite two-handed backhand. What do you think? What do you know? Andre Agassi. Come on, you're supposed to guess that one. I'm going to play it all by himself. And he's a right-handed player. Okay. Now watch. You can see his racket stays over here on that side of his body. See how that happened? And look at his arms. He extends all the way out through. His arms go all the way out, and look at his legs at the end. Okay? Now let me flip him. He's a right-handed player, but I'll use the camera trick to flip him, making him a lefty now. We're going to play both of them at the same time now. Okay, and you're going to notice Andre's going to keep that racket over on the right the whole time. On his left, excuse me. On his left. He keeps that thing on the left, keeps it simple. Then, boom, he's going to go out and hit that ball. Okay, and a good wide base. I'm happy with your wide base. Could it be a little bit wider, a little bit more athletic? Yeah. But you know what? Try to minimize that backswing. Okay? And just remember that the power comes from getting that racket from here to there. Forward motion with the racket and the body weight. I think I have a, let's take a look at your serve. I have a good video clip I hope that you're going to like. First we'll watch your serve. I like that ball toss. That was me. Lower ball toss key. The ball toss, let me back it up here. Where's my mouse? Lost my mouse. Alright. See your racket there? I prefer a person to put the ball toss right about there. What I'm trying to show you is not too much higher than where your racket is, see? And in front of that white line. So out in front of the white line and not too high. You don't want the wind to carry it off on you and then you're trying to hit it. It makes it very hard. And as you get older, when they have a slightly lower ball toss, what happens? They have no choice but to hit it. More racket head speed. Because your power, when you get older, comes from the racket head speed. You got to use a strong continental grip. And there's another point I want to really point out to you as you're young. Watch what is happening to the face of your racket. The face is the strings. You're going to lay your hand back right here.
Oh.
We have to avoid that. And the sooner you avoid that, the better.
My dad keeps telling me, don't cock it this side, cock it this side.
Yeah, you're doing this with your hand. When you come back, you're going, laying the palm open. We need you to cock it back like this. Just bringing this edge back to your back. Think in your mind, this edge goes back. Not like this, okay? So the sooner you learn that one, God, it's a tough one to break, so you got to break that habit right away. And then we're going to get up and hit that ball. All right, I hope you're going to like the comparison I'm going to show you. Who do you think?
Agassi or Roger Federer?
Good guesses, good guesses. I got to show you a girl, though. All right, Maria Sharapova. I have a very good video clip. It illustrates what we teach here at the Academy, and it's very well shot. It's perfect. She stays right on my screen here. Okay, very quickly, I'm going to talk through it here. Watch Maria. She's going to bend her knees, and her hip goes out into the court. Her shoulders are down and up, and that edge came down. Okay? Now, how about, let's see. I've never flipped her. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, here we go. I've never flipped her before. She just got flipped into a lefty. All right, here we go. Ready? I got another little screen I'm going to show you here. We've got another minute here. Alright, watch this. All these momentary clips. See Maria's knees are bent there? In the direction in which the knees are bent. And then see how she throws her hip out into the court there? I'm going to zoom in for you. And this elbow is important. She's dropping that elbow. Okay? Also, the tip of the racket is pointed up. And her shoulders. This is the classic trophy position where one shoulder is much lower than the other. See, like that. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better.
Would you like her to take the step in? For example, Federer takes no step. He just bends his back and turns. But Sharapova is actually bending and then stepping.
Yeah, that's personal preference as long as they're very careful with that back foot and they don't foot fault. That's personal preference. I know of no advantage or disadvantage. Just players just choose what they like. I'm more happy that they understand what they're doing with their wrist because they got to cock it back here, not lay it open, right? They got to pronate and release that wrist. Pronate, like throwing a football. Pronate and release the wrist. But as she grows, she needs to learn the proper knee bend, getting the hip out, right? Because look at Maria. She's up into the court. Uh-oh, I got to finish up her video.